Hello everyone, my name is Munis and I am a PhD holder, Mechanical Engineering. Currently I am working as a lecturer in Engineering Technical College Baghdad, and today I would like to give you a lecture which it is about an introduction to engine classification and components. Please pay some attention and I hope you will enjoy. Our lecture's outline, we will start with the introductions and what is the main output parameters of the engine, classification of engines, in some terms, engine components and its functions, briefly about engine maintenance, and at the end of this lecture we will see what to do or what knowledge had we gained from this lecture. In the introduction section, the main output parameter is power, as we can see here in this illustrative figure. This power is used to develop the transportation section or maybe the production of electrical power and so on. This concept is the balance between demand of performance, efficiency, and environmental standards. In other words, the environmental standards is the emission levels. Okay, then therefore, we have a variety of options which suit for each and every single applications in our life. Therefore, we need to classify our engine based on factors such as fuel type, the number of cylinders, the arrangement of cylinders, and so on, so the selection will be correct for that application. Classification of engines according to the fuel used. We can see there is different type of fuel: the petrol, diesel, electric, natural gas, plug-in hybrid, hybrid electricity, and other. Each and every type of fuel has its advantage and disadvantage. For an example, the petrol, it is smooth, quite common. Therefore, we can see statistically the petrol use it's around 40% for internal combustion engine around the world. But if we need a high torque, we need to use diesel engine, which is about 19.6, around 20% used around the world, and so on for electrical PEV, eco-friendly, low maintenance, natural gas, eco-friendly but less powered. And for the plug-in hybrid, let's say have a high maintenance hybrid electricity balance between the performance and the efficiency, and maybe other type of fuels which it depends on the application itself, the high cost of modification in the engine. However, classification of engines according to number of cylinders, as we can see from this illustrative figure, it could be 1 cylinder, 2, 4, 6, 8. Each and every single one has its applications. For an example, for low cost, we may select 1 cylinder engine, and for the 8 plus cylinder, we can select it for sports and luxury cars. Classification of engines according to cylinder arrangement, as we can see here. The general one in line, we can see it, and again the V-shape cylinder in the V shape, as well as the opposite horizontal cylinder, we can see it here. And also we can classify our engines according to operation cycle. I can say 2-stroke engine, 4-stroke engine. As we can see here from this figure, the main differences between both: here in the 2-stroke engine, it is simple in design. Here is more complex, as well as in the 2-stroke engine we do not need valve mechanism, and the 4-stroke engine we must have valve mechanism. 1 revolution of the crankshaft during the operation cycle, and the 4-stroke engine 2 revolutions of crankshaft during 1 operation cycle. If we need a higher torque, we must select the 2-stroke engine, and if we need lesser torque, we can select the 4-stroke engine. Engine components and its functions. Of course, engine have many components, but the main one is cylinders, pistons, spark plug, valves, and so on. Each one have its main functions. For an example, the cylinder generate power, or even like crankshaft convert the piston linear motion into rotational motions. Also, the cooling system keep the engine temperature optimum under any driving conditions or environmental range, as well as lubricating system reduce friction and avoid any wear between engine parts. Engine components and its functions, as we can see here, these illustrative figures. Here we have seen the piston and its components simply, and from this part we can see the valve and its mechanism, as well as this is all about the engine, and each and every single part is important to operate this engine perfectly with less emissions and high performance. For the engine maintenance, the maintenance can be divided in two main parts, planned as well as unplanned. For the planned one, preventive, corrective, or even for the fixed one, it is daily maintenance, time-based maintenance. For any type of maintenance, maintenance is essential to perform well and prevent unexpected failure of our engine, as well as this will help to extend our engine life. Most of the main key maintenance tasks, as we can see here: engine oil, check and replace spark plugs, clean or replace the air filter, inspect the cooling system, inspect the belts. This is important to check our cars and make it run smoothly. Also, engine maintenance should be as a checklist regularly to make sure the injector are clean, regular check for electrical connections. This will help us to avoid any failure of our engine. And of course, to check our knowledge at the end of this lecture, I need you to do this assignment. Hope you will enjoy while you are doing it. Please make a note that your answer must be short and intensive, and indicate illustrative figure to gain full marks. Thanks for your listening, and feel free to contact me for any Q&A.